So this is Buck Flesh from early morning here at the Tikkun Elevator Kola. Let me give you my logo here so that everybody knows where we're at. So we're hoping that everybody has a smooth and a pleasant day here. And now where it's time for us to learn the morning Zohar. It's a new feature that I'm going to try to bring in. So let me bring back this Hawaiian guitar music now. Bring us over to Parshas Toldos. So when I watch the time, I'm not sure how my recording is working. I have been hacked, and I'm working on a different computer until I could get that straightened out. The Zohar says like this, and of course this is Parshas Toldos, and this is the week of that parsha. We're on the second day, was the day of Gevurah of that parsha, and we're here, and the Zohar says like this: Ve'elu Toldos Yitzchak, and these are the generations of Yitzchak. Pasuk Rabbi Chia began and he said like this: Mi Yamalo Gevuros Hashem, who will speak of the Gevuros of Yudke Vavke, the merciful one. Yashmiya call to Hilasu, hear and listen to all of his praises. Now it goes on, says like this: Tochazi, Kad boy kucher berichu b'salik b'ru'usa kamei the midray alma. When the Kodesh Baruch Hu thought, let's get these words right. Kad boy kucher berichu, kucher desire. So it could be the beginning of all things is this lashon desire. Who b'salik b'ru'usa kamei the midray alma, and it came into his will. And there's others that say the keser is lashon will. Kamei the midray alma, before him to create the world. In other words, it's before Hashem. The world is not created, but he's in that position. He says, he would look at the Torah and he created it. And every single detail, every single action that the Kodesh Baruch Hu did in this creation, that whatever he did in this world, he looked in the Torah. He using the Torah as the means by which actually bringing in the life of the Ein Sof Baruch Hu, to bring life into all the different aspects, were all done by looking in the Torah. This is the meaning of this phrase, Be'ekya etzlo amon. Now that sounds like it means, and I will be by him a faithful servant. Be'ekya shashuyim yom yom, and then it says, and then there will be rejoicing every single day. Al tikre amon alo uman. Everything is done in detail with the work, like the work of a craftsman. Now, let's go on and let's read a little more of the language of the Zohar. The Zohar says here, now on page Kuflam Tes, Kad boy lemibre am adam. So now the Kodesh Baruch Hu, when he wanted to create man, Amra Torah Kameh, the Torah stood before him and said, if you're going to create this man in the end, he's going to sin. And then you'll wind up punishing him, maybe destroying him. Why should it be that the works of your hand should go for nothing? Because the man is not going to be able to live through the din that you're going to place on him. Now understand that Hashem, that after the sin of Adam and Rishon, Hashem created the concept of time, so that Adam and all things in this world are limited, and that we can only go so far. That's death. So he says we're not going to be able to handle that. But the Kodesh Baruch Hu said like this: even though the man sins and the man makes lusts and the man goes after all the wrong things, but I worked with a concept called tshuva before I created the world. So the question is, what does he mean? He said because tshuva is the concept of going from the bottom to the top. Tshuva is a concept that exists in the world, and a man can elevate his prayers, his lack, his inability to understand why or what he's doing or what's going on in his world, things that he has to be able to bear. He can offer them up to Hashem. You could pray. So the Kodesh Baruch Hu said to the world, at the time that he made the world, and then put a man in the world. Alma, he said, world. He says, and I'm talking about our world here. Now he said, understand this world, our world, Olam. The world only exists and it's functioning. That is, that the world is constantly turning, that the world is constantly changing, and all different aspects of our lives are constantly switching themselves around into this thing or that thing. He says, Ant v'nimusech, that's the musech. Lo kaimim ela raisa. Only the Torah can sustain them and bring bracha into them. Begin kach barasi leila adam bach. So he says, he's speaking to the world now, olam masiyah. And he says, therefore, I put a man over here. I created a man over here for you, within you. Begin the Yisasek bar, that he should work. He should be the one that works with the Torah, because if there's no Torah, there's no world. So if not, this is the condition. We will go back into nothingness again, into darkness that doesn't have light. If we don't have a man in this world to be able to learn the Torah. So therefore, everything that we see that stands is there because of man. This is the meaning of this phrase. Anochi asisi, I made you, Eretz for Adam. I made you, Eretz for Adam, Alecha barasi. And on that world, in this world of Asiya, with all the things that are going on and all the things that we have to do, I placed a man there. So then he goes this way and he says like that. So that's the situation. The Torah is in the world. The man is in the world to work on the Torah, because the Torah, without it, the world doesn't function. Without the Torah, there's no bracha in the world. So now the Torah is alive and it's calling out. Kamaiku the B'nai Nosha. Over there in front of the people, right in your face. The Torah is announcing right in front of you all the time. They could begin to use saying what? That you could get involved with learning Torah and learn it, work on it. Less man the yarkim udne. But actually, as the world is, look at the world. Nobody's listening. We're trying. This is Baruch Flashman, Kutsha Barichu, should bless us all at the Tikkun Elevator Call.